Hi lovelies, what's going on? Welcome back to Her Work TV. How y'all doing? And a happy new year. Yeah, happy new year, because it's January and I ain't seen y'all since the beginning of the year. So how y'all doing? What's everybody been up to? I don't know why I sound American. Oh my god, I need to stop. Okay, yeah, well, like I said, welcome back to the channel. And if you watched the video that I posted towards the end of last year, around Christmas, actually on Christmas Day, I mentioned that there's going to be some really fantastic, I hope fantastic new shows coming in the new year. Over the course of the year, I'm planning on rolling out a whole bunch of new content right here on this channel. Some scripted shows, some vlog style shows, a whole bunch of stuff that I've been working really hard on. So I hope you guys stay tuned for all of that. And above that, I hope that it blesses you when I do release it, because I've been praying and working really hard that God uses everything right here on this channel for his glory. And today I'm really excited to introduce you to one of the shows that's going to be right here on the channel, running throughout the course of the year and maybe beyond, called The Builder's Log. Now, what is The Builder's Log? It's basically just me speaking to the camera, sharing my purpose journey, sharing the lessons that I'm learning, and hoping that anybody out there who is on a journey to find their purpose, on a journey to pursue their purpose, on a journey to whatever you're on a journey to do, that you can identify with this show and that you can relate to some of the things that is going on here. And hopefully this will be a platform for us to just share and chit chat and grow together and learn from each other and see what amazing things God can do through us when we connect with each other. The Builder's Log is mainly going to be me, maybe twice a week. I haven't decided that yet, but maybe not twice a week, once every 2 weeks. So once every 2 weeks I'm going to post a new episode. Maybe once a week. Let's say once every 2 weeks for now, so that if I don't do it, you can come for me. But then if I do it, then that's great, right? So once every 2 weeks I'm going to post a new episode where I just share one of the lessons that I've learned on my purpose and my entrepreneurship journey, and hope that it blesses you. And you can let me know what you think about it down in the comment section or by DMing me. The reason why I called it The Builder's Log is because, so the plan was, right, this was the plan, it didn't work. The plan was to buy like a Lego set, right? A Lego set. And then in every episode, I would share like what lesson I have learned, one of the lessons I have learned on my purpose and entrepreneurship journey. And then at the end of the episode, I would just like put some of the Lego pieces together, and it'd be like brick laid. And then it'd be like, so we've built a bit of our, you know, our house or whatever. But then I couldn't get the Legos. I literally forgot to get the Lego set. Anyway, that's not why it's called yeah, it's called Builder's Log because it's just about how we're all building our lives, how we're all building our purposes, how we're all building our journeys. In my case, how I'm building my business, and some of the lessons that I'm learning along the way, and how those lessons are growing me and progressing me and helping me along the journey. So that's why it's called the Builder's Log. It's kind of like a track record, really, something to keep track of my journey as I go along, something to keep a log of what I'm building as I'm building it. So that's why I call it the Builder's Log. And I hope that for any of you guys out there who are trying to figure out your purpose, trying to walk in your purpose, trying to grow your businesses, trying to grow your brands, trying to grow whatever it is that you're trying to grow, that you will come along, that we can learn together and that we can grow together. And yeah, that's really it. Anyway, before we get into the meat of this episode, I want to introduce you to one of the features of this episode, which is going to be the unglamorous hustle, which is where I kind of give you a sneak peek, I don't know, not a sneak peek, a peek into my own journey, my own entrepreneurial journey, my own life journey, where I actually show you some parts of my hustle that are not so glamorous, some parts of my hustle that are maybe not so beautiful or amazing, but that are real and that are, you know, framing my journey. The unglamorous that are framing my journey. And it's going to be called the unglamorous hustle, because sometimes people make the hustle look so glamorous, but it's not always so glamorous. Sometimes it's just really real and really raw and really painful. Some of the unglamorous hustle peaks are going to be vlog style or BTS style, or they're going to be literally me talking to a camera about something that is going on. Anyway, before we get on to the meat of this episode, here is your starter course, The Unglamorous Hustle. So, I am on my way to my part-time job because although I'm an entrepreneur, my business does not... Do you see these lovely bags under my eyes? Are y'all seeing this? Are y'all seeing these bags? Hi. Building is a tiring process, okay? Anyway, existing currently, one more day on very little sleep. I'm on my way to my part-time job. It's cold. I am so cold. But I will survive. Okay, I will survive. At first I was afraid. I was petrified. Low energy means I make silly jokes. Just get used to it, guys. Get used to it. Anyway, as I was saying, I'm on my way to my part-time job. Because although I'm an entrepreneur, I have a part-time job. My business doesn't make me enough money for me to live off of yet. Like my business makes enough money to sustain itself because I don't have funding coming from anywhere else. So it's like kind of at the moment in that cycle where all the money that my business makes goes back into my business. So I need a part-time job to help me survive, to pay my rent, because I can't be an entrepreneur and be out here homeless. Okay. But yeah, I'm on my way there right now, and I wanted to get on here because I've just been thinking about this thing and I want to share with you guys. I feel like some of us are stuck in this space between pursuing our purpose and our passion and surviving, because sometimes pursuing your purpose and your passion means walking away from maybe your job, but then you don't have a source of income and you're going to be out here struggling to pursue your purpose but being broke. And that's like the weird place that a lot of us find ourselves in, especially when we start on this journey of purpose, or when God has given us this big, amazing calling and we just really don't feel equipped with the things necessary to do it. Most of the time we find ourselves stuck in this space between, do I do what I gotta do to live, or do I do what I feel like God is calling me to do? I don't have the answers. I'm not here to tell you that I have the answers. I'm just here to say, listen, I'm one of those people and I'm in this place. And here's how I'm making it work. One, like I said, I have a part-time job that gives me a little bit of extra income. It's not really that much, but it's just about enough for me to cover like my rent and my bills, essentially, so that I can focus on investing all the money that my business makes back into my business and grow my business, so that hopefully in the very, very, very near future, it can start making me some extra money so that I can pay myself, pay everybody else I need to pay, and not go to work at this other place. But the other thing about this is I was so blessed. I found a part-time job that actually kind of ties into some part of my business and some part of my purpose. And so because of that, I'm actually learning a lot from my part-time job, and it's helping me to grow my business. Now, if you can do that, if you can find a job that allows you to keep doing what you do, or even if it doesn't allow you to keep doing what you need to be doing, it allows you to learn and grow for what you need to be doing, that's a blessing. I'm so grateful to God for my part-time job, and I'm so happy. The other thing is, I don't have a social life, y'all. Between running a business with multiple branches, mind you, holding down a part-time job, and trying to pursue projects and stuff outside of that, I ain't got no social life. That's a trade-off that I've had to make. Check out my gray hairs though. I get so easily distracted when I'm tired. But that's a trade-off that I've had to make in order to be able to do what God has called me to do. Everybody's going to have to make sacrifices for their purpose, okay? You have to make sacrifices for your dreams. At the end of the day, you just kind of have to decide what your personal sacrifices are going to be that is going to help you to keep doing what you do. This is just a message of encouragement to say, listen, don't give up on your purpose. Don't give up on your dream. Don't give up on what God has called you to do. Sometimes you might have to take the big leap. Other times you might just have to figure out a way to get it going alongside of what you've already got going on. But the point is that no matter what you gotta do, serve the purpose. Don't give up on your purpose. Anyway, my boss is almost here. Should be here soon. I gotta go, guys. Love you. Ow. Okay, so that was the unglamorous hustle. Now onto your main course. Today we are talking about making excuses and why they can be good for you sometimes. No, hold on. Don't switch off just yet, okay? I know that we live in a world where excuses are bad, especially for those of us who are trying to build and grow and take stuff to our next level. I'm not saying excuses are good. I'm saying sometimes making excuses is a good thing. Now, before I go any further, for those of you who don't know, I'm a Christian, which means everything I do is going to have something of God or Jesus in it. I'm just letting you know that right now, because we're about to go to the Bible. Do not switch off just yet, because even if you don't believe in God, and even if you're not a Bible person, I promise you that the stuff that we share on here will be relevant to you either ways. So don't switch off just yet if you're not a Bible person. Just come with us for 1 second to the book of John, chapter 5, verses 1 to 9, I believe. Now, in the Bible, in the book of John, chapter 5, verses 1 to 9, like I said 2 seconds ago, I don't know why I'm repeating it again. There is a story of a man who was crippled in the legs, could not walk, and he'd been lying by this pool for a very, very long time. And the reason why he was lying by the pool is because once a year, every now and then, an angel will come down and he will stir the pool. And the belief was that, not even just a belief, what would happen was the first sick person that would get into the pool after the angel had stirred the pool would be healed. So this man had been lying by the pool for a very, very long time, trying to get into the pool when the angel would stir the pool so that he could be healed, and that had not happened for him yet. So one day Jesus comes to the pool and he sees the man, and he goes to him and he says to the man, "Do you want to be made whole?" And the man is like, "Well, I've been out here for a minute. I'm sitting over here. Every time the pool gets stirred, I'm trying to get into it, but I can't get into it fast enough because obviously my legs don't work. And then by the time I get into it, somebody's already gotten into it, and I don't get healed. So I'm just out here, been out here for a long time. Blah 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 blah." My man started telling story. So Jesus says to him, "Okay, get up, pick up your mat, and walk." And according to the Bible, immediately the man was made well. He was able to pick up his mat. He was able to start using his legs, and he walked away from that pool. Now, here's why I say sometimes it's good to make excuses, right? Okay, you know what? Actually, before we get to there, let me break this down, right? First things first. The man had tried and failed before. Now, anybody who is on any kind of building, entrepreneurship, purpose, whatever journey, you would understand a bit of failure. You would understand that things don't always come together immediately. You would understand that things don't always work out the way they're supposed to work out. Everybody who's tried anything, who has tried to do anything more than just wake up and breathe, would understand a small level of failure. Anybody who's tried to build a business before, who's tried to become a better person, who's tried to build better habits, you would understand a little bit of failure, because things don't always work out the way we want them to be. Here is a man lying by a pool who can walk, and he knows that if only I can get into that pool, I will be okay. But no matter what he does, he can't get into the pool because he can't walk, and he doesn't have people who will take him to the pool. And when he manages and struggles to get to the pool, someone has already beat him to it, and so his healing does not come. Everybody understands a bit of failure. I cannot tell you how many times in my businesses I've tried something and it doesn't work. Things that work for everybody else don't work for me. Things that don't work for nobody else also don't work for me. I understand failure. I'm sure if you've set a New Year's resolution before, you understand failure. If you've tried to be a better person, you understand failure. If you've tried to better yourself in whatever situation that you're in, you understand failure. Everybody has a level of failure that they've experienced before in their life. So many times, things just don't work. So this man is living with his failures. He's living with the things that he's tried to do that has not gone the way that he wanted them to do. He's living with the things that he started but hasn't been able to finish. And this is the point that really appeals to me. He started it. Like, he's tried it. He's tried to get to the pool. He's tried to crawl to the pool. He's done whatever he can to get himself to the pool. But either he doesn't get there in time, or he just doesn't get there at all. He started it, but he hasn't finished it. The reason why I think it's so important, and I've been meditating on this at the beginning of the year, because I feel like when we start the year, we all set goals. We all have a million and one things that we want to do. And then by the end of January, going into February, you start to lose momentum. And before you realize it, you started it, but you didn't finish it. You started it, but it didn't work out the way you wanted it to work out, and so you stopped. Now the Bible says that Jesus walks up to this man and he asks him, "Yo, dude, do you want to accomplish your goal?" This is what Jesus asked him in a nutshell. He says, "Listen, you've been here lying by this pool forever, trying to get to the water so you can get better. Do you want to get better?" Which, to be honest, personally, I'm not gonna get into why I think it's kind of annoying that Jesus asked him that question. Because the guy has been lying by the pool, trying to get better. What do you think? But then it brings up an important point. And I'm not going to spend too much time on it because I kind of want to brush over it quickly and get on to my main point. Sometimes you can keep doing it, but your heart is not in it. Like, what if the guy was just by the pool and going through the motions every day with no commitment, no real inward commitment? Maybe that's why Jesus asked him. Jesus was like, you're here trying to get to the pool, but do you really want to be well? Like, are you actually committed to being well? Like, are you actually committed to seeing this vision and this purpose come to life? Are you actually committed to making this dream a reality? Are you actually committed to making 2019 your best year? Are you actually committed to whatever it is that you claim you're committed to? Or are you just going through the motions? Are you just doing this because you think it's cool to do, or because it's trendy, or because everybody else is doing something so you also want to do something? Or are you actually committed? Is this something that your heart really wants? Because you can go through the motions. You can do it because you think it's what you're supposed to do. You can do it because everybody else is doing it and never really want it. So that the failure never really touches you. Are you committed? So that's question number one. In 2019, whatever your goals are, whatever your purpose is, whatever it is that you're pushing towards, are you actually committed to it? So anyway, Jesus asked this guy this question, and in response, my man starts to tell story. Yada, 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 yada. I've been here for a long time. Every time I try to jump in the pool, somebody gets in ahead of me. My legs don't work. I can't walk. I can't talk right. I don't know how to read. I'm not educated enough for this call. I don't have the right equipment. I don't have the right skills. I don't have enough money. I don't have... you making excuses. Does that sound like you? Because it sounds a lot like me. Now, hold on now. Excuses are not always a bad thing. See, here's the point that I'm trying to make. This man was making excuses, but in making excuses, he kept the conversation with Jesus going. See, he didn't say, who is this? Who is this person? Why are you trying to disturb me? Can you walk away from me? You can see that my legs don't work, which means I can't get to the water. Leave me alone. Let me be. He could have said that. What would that have shown us? That he'd given up on the dream. He had accepted his situation as it was. This guy had not accepted his situation as it was. So he started telling a bunch of unnecessary stories. He started, like, Jesus asked him one question and he just went and told like a whole story. It wasn't even relevant to the question that Jesus asked him. The question was, do you want to be made well? Yes or no? Now, he didn't say yes because of his everything that was basically stopping him from being well, because of his excuses. But he didn't say no because he hadn't given up. The thing that his excuses did for him is they allowed him to keep the conversation going. That's what I want you to use your excuses to do for you. He got asked a question. Simple yes or no answer. But instead he made a bunch of excuses. But the excuses kept the conversation going. Right? While he was telling story, Jesus wasn't walking away. While he was telling story, there was still a door open for him to be healed. While he was telling story, he was interacting with the vision. He was interacting with the goal. He was telling story, but he was telling story that showed he still wanted the goal. The reason why you're making excuses is because deep down, you know you want to do it, right? Like, you're telling yourself, I don't have enough money, because you haven't given up on it. Like, I would do it if I had enough money, is what you're saying, right? I would do it if I had the right education. I would do it if I had the right team. I would do it if I had the right this, and if I could do that, and if I was this, because you want to still do it. Your excuses keep you interacting with the goal. Your excuses keep you interacting with the goal. But I don't want you to get stuck at your excuses, right? The point I'm trying to make is that sometimes excuses are good, because as long as you're making excuses, you have not given up on the thing, right? As long as you're going with the if only I could, there's a part of you that still wants to. So let's make some excuses, right? Let's make some excuses that keeps the goal alive in our heart. Yeah, we're kind of looking at the things that can stop us, but as long as we're looking at the things that can stop us, we're also looking at the thing that we can be doing, right? Now, I don't want you to get stuck in your excuses. I want you to take your excuses and place them in the right environment. Right. So this guy was telling story, but he was telling story to the guy with the solution. Right. He was telling story to Jesus who could heal him. Now, he might not have known that at that time. I kind of get the feeling that this guy maybe thought when Jesus asked him, do you want to be made well? The reason why he told him the story was because he was thinking, hey, listen, this guy, he can walk. Like, I can't walk. When I try to crawl to the water, I'm too late because I can't walk. But this guy can walk. So maybe he can stick around. And then when the angel comes, he can help me get to the water quickly. You know what I mean? Like, he was making excuses, but in his making excuses, he was thinking that maybe he could find a solution, right? So when you're telling yourself, I would do it if I had money, you're thinking, I might get some money and then I can do it. That's what I mean when I say put your excuses in the right environment. Take your excuses and put them in a place where they could give you a solution. So don't be making your excuses around a whole bunch of other people who are also making excuses and ain't going nowhere fast. Make your excuses to some friends who would give you like a kick up the behind and be like, no, this is what you got to do. Like, if your excuses, I'm not educated, take it and turn it around into, let me sign up to an online course. Because real talk, there's a course for everything on the internets. The internets have a course for everything. So what you got to study, like, just go on the internets, Google it. There will be a course for it, right? You don't have enough money? Okay, let's speak to some investors. Maybe they might be interested in your idea. Let's, start saving up some money. Like, there's a way around it. Don't stop at the excuse. Put it in an environment where it can find a solution. Right? Take that thing that you're like is stopping me and turn it around to how can I find a solution for it. So if the excuse is I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, go read a book, man. You know what I mean? Speak to some friends who do know what you can be doing. Interact with some people who can push you beyond that excuse. The point I'm trying to make is that your excuses keep you interacting with your goal. But in the wrong environment, you will be stuck behind your excuses. But in the right environment, you can be propelled. The guy was making excuses to somebody he thought could help him. Jesus had legs. He didn't have legs. You know somebody who has some knowledge that you need. You might not know them in person. They might be on the internets. I'm saying the internets. Yes, the INNANETS. Right? There might be somebody on Google who has all the information that you need to start up your business. Why are you not reading up their content? Why are you not following them on Instagram? Don't make your excuses and stay in your excuses. Make your excuses, own your excuses, and turn them around. Like, this is the thing that's stopping me. I got that. How do I turn it around? Right? I cannot shake the fact that this guy was speaking to Jesus because he felt that Jesus could help him. That's why he was telling the story to Jesus. I want you to tell your story to some people that you know can help you. Tell your story to me if you think I can help you. Tell your story to yourself in a way that helps you. Own your excuses, place them in the right environment, and then turn them around. And as long as you're owning your excuses, keep interacting with the goal. Don't just let your excuses stop you. Let them push you forward. Right? So 2019, the goal is we're going to be making some excuses, right? We're going to be taking all the things that we've been hiding behind, and we're going to own them. And then we're going to place them in the right environment. We're going to speak them to the right people. We're going to speak them to ourselves in the right way. We're going to turn them around. We're going to get educated if that's what we got to do. We're going to save up some money if that's what we got to do. And the whole time we're going to keep the focus on the goal and the dream. So if I have to go to school to make this happen, let's put this on hold for a while. Let me go to school, get my education, and come back to it. If I have to lose some weight to make this happen, let's put this on hold for a while. I'm going to start running every day, and then I'm going to come back to it when I hit the right way goal. If I have to grow my hair out to make it happen, that's what I got to do. Let's put this on hold for a while. I'm going to go grow my hair, and I'm going to come back. Let's take our excuses and own them. No longer let it be that my excuse is the reason why I stop. Let it be that my excuse turned around and brought me closer to my vision. Right? Whatever it is, whatever the narrative that you tell yourself that's stopping you from pursuing and going after that goal, we're going to turn it around. We're going to own it. We are going to own it. And we are going to turn it around. We're going to turn it. We're going to own it. I'm going to turn it around. This is. Just think of it. Like, own it. Turn it around. Own it. Turn it around. I want you to do this with me right now as you're watching this video. Own it and turn it around. Whatever it is that's stopping you, own it and turn it around. Right? Speak it in the right environment. Own your excuses. Like, let's make a whole bunch of excuses this year. While we're making them, let's own them and let's turn them around. I've done this in my life before many times, where I've let the fact that, for me, my big excuse has always been I don't have like the right resources, I don't have the right money, I don't have the money, I don't have the time, I don't have the team. Like, how am I going to run a business, work a part-time job, and create content for a YouTube channel? I don't have time. Okay, so what do I have to do to get more time? I did what I had to do. I let go of a social life. I let go of, like I used to be super active at church. I took a step back from that because I'm not saying that don't go to church. Please go to church. Come on, man. Please go to church. But whatever it is that your thing is that you have to do in order to do the thing that you feel like you're called for, that you were created for, that God is calling you to do, that you want to focus on, that you want to build, make your sacrifices, own your excuses, and turn them around. Own it. Turn it around. I didn't have time, so I made some time. Right? I gave up a few things so I could make time. Gave up watching Netflix so I can make some time. I don't watch Netflix. So sad. I need to start watching Netflix because people be talking about stuff that's on Netflix and I can never join in the conversation because I never know. But time was a resource that was limited for me, so I made some time. I didn't have a lot of money, so I bought a bunch of cheap equipment off eBay. Hey! None of my stuff that I use is fresh and brand new, but it works. I took my excuses, I own them, I turn them around. Whatever it is that's stopping you, own it and turn it around. Like, guys, do this with me. Own it and turn it around. This is not a joke. We are owning it. We're turning it around. No, but seriously, in all honesty, listen, I really hope this blessed you. This is something that has really worked for me, and there are many times when I've made excuses for myself and I've thought that making excuses was a bad thing. Now, sometimes it is. I don't want you to get stuck behind excuses. That's not what I'm saying, right? So don't get stuck behind excuses. But there are times when it's good to earn your excuses and to work on them, as opposed to just you letting them stop you, just telling yourself the story in the wrong way. Because most of the time, telling yourself the story in the wrong way is what stops you. If you can just change your perspective and change the narrative for yourself, you can win, right? That's the point of today. Anyway, I hope this blessed you, and if it did, give it a thumbs up, because it helps with the YouTube algorithm jiggy, right? So I'm trying to learn, because when we first started doing the channel, we were just creating content, but then this time around I want to really be like know what I'm doing. So I'm trying to learn about the algorithms and all of that stuff. I haven't gotten far, I can't lie. But I know that all the likes, the comments, and the shares, that all helps with the algorithm jiggy. I know the word is not algorithm jiggy, but it's fun to say algorithm jiggy. So please, if you like the video, if you enjoyed the video, if you agree, if you don't agree, leave a comment down there. Let me know. Let's keep the conversation going. Tell me what you think. Feel free to contact me on social media at Instagram. Is about the only place I'm at. I have Facebook, but I don't use it. So contact me, get at me on Instagram at AJ_becoming, or follow Her Work TV on Instagram, so that you can be the first to know what's up, when it's up, or keep the conversation going. Let me know your thoughts. If you are taking up the owning it and turning it around challenge, let me know how you get along with it. But yeah, that's it. Hashtag it. Hashtag own it, turn it around. Own it, turn it around. And we're going to do this. Just one last time, do it with me. Own it, turn it around. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.